Alright, so since our last video on JASMY, it looks like we've pretty much almost filled this price target. This was a brutal move for JASMY. I think when we were originally talking about this breakdown, we were talking about a 32% move. We only came down 24% at this moment in time, and at least as of the time of recording, we've made a higher low. So, you know, I can extrapolate something like this. I'm going to delete it because I really don't think there's much value provided by just drawing an imaginary line in the sand that we've only got 2 touch points on. So let's talk about what is going on JASMY today. Well, we've kind of got a matching candle. This is very strange. We've got literally like a matching candle from yesterday. Now look at this. You've got this big red volume candle, and then you've got this huge wick to the downside. What have we done today? We've got this huge green candle and a huge wick to the upside. It's very funny. This is like a Beyblade or something just spinning around, but very weird pattern. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this while previously trading. So what do I really need to see for JASMY to break back bullish? It's going to be very simple in this video. We have broken down from your absolute lows. You've broken below your 786, and especially on the daily time frame, and you've had a weekly close now. Yeah, we've had a weekly close below here, so technically this whole pattern is invalidated. The 786 target can still be in play, especially if we don't come and take out the lows, but at this moment in time it is, you know, very iffy whether we are going to be taking out the lows. So I'm very grateful I'm not in a JASMY trade at this moment in time. I don't hold any JASMY. You know, the past few trades we've made on JASMY have been profitable, but at this moment in time I'm sitting on the sidelines, and I'm going to deviate from the JASMY chart in just a second because there's something much bigger than what's going on in JASMY that is going to affect JASMY, and that is this macro Bitcoin chart. I've been talking about this in my altcoin videos because I think it's very important to take away that until Bitcoin breaks above 34,000, we could be coming down to 29,000 to fill this low of this fractal pattern that could be playing out, not necessarily to the teeth because we've already broken below this trend line. So I think it's very likely. I find it strange to believe that we would break down, you know, 85% of the way and not hit 29,000, although nonetheless we did have strong support around this 29.7 region because of the Bitcoin logarithmic growth curve. So I would just be slightly cautious about trading altcoins, is really what I'm trying to get into at this moment in time. And the analysis I'm going to do today is really as simple as, until we do break above this red box, I have to remain bearish on JASMY. Unfortunately, it's really that simple. I'm going to remove a lot of these other fibs, a lot of these other trend lines. I'm going to keep this. Actually, I'm going to remove this because we can see that it correlates to this previous resistance, or it was resistance here, and as we back tested it, it became support. So until we get above this big box, I'm going to remove basically everything in it. I'm sure you can see everything that's going on here. I'll make it very nice and clear and simple as to why I believe this box needs to be invalidated before I would be looking at making my next trade on JASMY. Let's jump back a few steps and let's talk about when these daily EMA's ribbons flip bearish. Well, you can see they flip bearish after we had the local top at 33 cents. Bear in mind, I'm saying the local top, not the all-time high. All-time high is all the way up there somewhere. JASMY has really had a fall from grace. But nonetheless, you can see on the daily time frame, the daily EMA ribbons perfectly define the downtrend. Every time we broke down for JASMY, we would try and hop above these daily EMA ribbons, and it would just never work. And you know, you can actually see we did try to flip these, but I talk about this. I always talk about what I consider to be a successful flip. In my opinion, a successful flip is this, where you have this invalidation point. This was, you know, your local high. You come back, you back test the EMA ribbons, and then you flip above that previous invalidation point. Unless that happens, you haven't flipped them. You can flip above them as much as you want. In fact, you could do something like this and go boom. But if you don't come back and back test them, they're not support. That's just my opinion. I feel like it's factually backed up by the chart, but every time you do something like this, you come back, you back test it, you have the bounce, and then you put in a lower high, it always seems to just roll back down. So we've never had a successful backtest since we broke bearish on the all-time high of the daily EMA ribbon. So I would really be sitting on the sidelines from now until we do backtest these. And it is for the reason that these EMA ribbons, until we do flip them on the JASMY chart, we're not bullish. It's also because of the opinion that yes, we have put in a higher low, yes, we are seeing a bit of volume coming in today, but you know, you look at these momentum indicators, the bears are clearly in control, and I really don't think it's wise to be trading JASMY or any altcoins for that matter until Bitcoin decides that it is skyrocketing out of 34,000 and the bottom has been found, or for Bitcoin to come back down to 29,000. If Bitcoin comes back down to 29 and has a strong bottom, I might look at picking up some altcoins that have become slaughtered against the Bitcoin pair. But at this moment in time, like I said, keeping it very, very simple, we've got strong resistance coming in at 1.7. We previously talked about this. This was huge support here, huge support. And this was, you know, resistance here, resistance, flip support. So this is a big level, not tying in with any Fibonacci's. 786 Fibonacci right here is coming in at 192 cent, or should I say 1.92 cent. And then you can see the top of this, if I've got it to the right place, is, doesn't let me see if it's in the right, there we go. The top of this is basically where this previous invalidation point was, just above the 786 Fibonacci. And also if we draw it up a tiny bit more, we can encompass the long-term moving average on the daily EMA ribbon. So until we flip out of here, until we are gone, I would very much be sitting on the sidelines for JASMY. JASMY has a relatively low market cap. It's not as low as most people think. I think most people think it's about 80 to 70 million because that's what it says on CoinMarketCap. But CoinMarketCap fails to mention, you know, Binance holds like 17% of the supply. I think CoinMarketCap says there's only 10% of the supply for JASMY out. It's a lot more than that. I'm not going to deep dive into that in this video. The market cap is higher than you think. This can go down, this can go up, but either way, market cap is dirt cheap. If you do believe JASMY is a very bullish crypto and it's going to rally back to its all-time highs, I disagree on that. If you think JASMY is going to come up to 5 cent, you know, 33 cent, or even come near, you know, where the previous all-time highs were, then surely you can sit on the sidelines for a little bit longer and wait until we have a confirmed macro break, because we have been very, very bearish on this for a very long period of time. I do not plan on trying to catch the falling knife on JASMY. Best of luck if you're in it. As always, none of this is financial advice, just my opinion on the market. Keep your eyes on 2.36 cent. Until we break above there, I will have really not too much to update you on for JASMY. If we do break back to the downside, we really need to hold 1.15 cent, because if we take that out, this mega trend line's been invalidated and we really do not have much in terms of support below us. So that is really all I've got for JASMY. I've cleaned up the chart a bit, removed a bunch of these fibs. I'm going to clear up some of these other lines we've got on the chart before our next video, but 1.15 needs to hold, and also around about 2.36 needs to break. Until one of those things happens, I'm 100% sitting on the sidelines. Once again, my money is where my mouth is. While Bitcoin is in this capitulation phase where we're kind of bouncing around in no man's land here, I'm taking this opportunity to buy as much Bitcoin on spot as I can. My trading plan at this moment in time does not incorporate buying altcoins like JASMY. It just is how it is. I don't feel confident, or yeah, I mean, that's basically it. I don't feel confident entering the altcoin markets while Bitcoin is still bouncing around and lollygagging around these levels. That is all I've got for JASMY. Best of luck if you're in it. Hope you found value in this content. As always, not financial advice. Cowboy out. Peace.